Mathematics Millionaire X is a man that grew up in Cambridge, Boston, detox holdings, halfway houses, and the state prison system. Coming from a great family and a nurturing upbringing, he got caught up in the game of the streets. His mother is his everything, and trying to recover on a daily basis with humility is his goal in life. Mathematics Millionaire X.
Right.
So I'm mathematics, Math Love 101. That's my poetry name. I'm otherwise known as that. Before I go any further, I'd like to just dedicate my part in the show tonight to my grandmother Irma Rebellion, because she encourages my poetry. Marcel Harrison, who couldn't be here tonight, and his daughter Nova. Adam Ferrier, who was in a tragic accident. Well, not tragic, but he's disabled. He couldn't be here. He's still with us. And both Nipsey Hussle and Tupac Shakur that inspired my poetry and how I choose to write. So I just wanted to pay my respects to those people before I move forward. But then I just wanted to, can I move this up a little bit so I'm not like bending over? How do I do it? When I was incarcerated this time, I spent the bulk of my time trying to do something different, and I found it very therapeutic to write, do poetry. I could be sensitive, I could be emotional, I could put my feelings on paper, and I could start to identify with certain feelings and certain things that were triggering me to practice certain behaviors when I was in the free world that kept causing my incarceration. So when I got to Wyman Reentry and Cheryl came in with her staff, it was kind of the game changer to set the tone for me to continue. I didn't know that was there when I got to Wyman. And so they said that there was a poetry class, and at first, we all come downstairs and everybody's tough and gangster because the bulk of us are coming from the prison system. And then Cheryl, the way she, encourages us, and Andy encourages us, and the rest of her staff encourages us, a lot of us start to let those walls go down, and we become a family, and we become closer together, and we realize that emotional healing is part of the process in order for us to grow and evolve and change into better people. So I can't thank Cheryl enough, and she's basically, I've been trying to get my poetry out there because I think a lot of the message that I have to say can help a lot of families that have struggled from addiction and having people incarcerated, and just a lot of addicts in general. That's basically my main purpose that I use my poetry for, and she's been basically the #1 advocate that's keep giving me opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and I can't thank her enough, and the Writers Without Margin program enough for making all this possible. But with that, I'm gonna read my poem that's called Addiction, that was based on 30 years of struggle that ended on Mass Ave, which is otherwise known as Methadone Mile. So it's called Addiction. It says, in my mother's womb was the greatest love. The 9 letters in addiction means I was hooked on drugs. Hustlers chase Gucci that brings groupie love. Prison is filled with violence, hate, gangs, and thugs. At the end of the day, everyone wants God's supreme love. 5 times a day, Muslims pray on rugs. $40 buys an addict a fix. Get a Boy said it best, our minds play tricks and become our worst enemy. A needle, cooker, and a crack pipe became best friends to me. Family love and support has always been there. The disease of addiction tells us that no one cares. An addict's biggest problem is addressing our fears. Doing a drug to hide the heart's lack of love and care. If Hernandez worked the 12 steps, I think he'd still be here. No matter the first, second, or third tier, the loss of hope and loneliness blooms in the air. There is a solution, it's called the spiritual path. Giving to others first and putting our ego last. For $1 a day, cutting prison grass, thinking about the past and our future past. Prison is where you end up if you want to be a clown in class. Tired of the cold cereal during the Muslim fast. Takes reading and self-care to make this time in prison outlast. Acts of kindness have more value than jewelry and cash. Life is fast like a car, in addiction we crash. Mothers get the call that their son or daughter has passed. Kids pour flowers at the gravesite in the grass. This is not a game. Ask the families who have the addict's ashes in a glass. And with that, thank you. tonight is Ayana Holder. It's been nice to work with her a few times. And Ayana Holder is a city girl and a child of nature. Her musical taste ranges from around